Hey guys, Jose here bringing you another video. Now this time on Orianna. Now a few people have asked me to do an Orianna one in the past, as it's a champion a lot of people like to play, but also being one of the hardest solo queue mid laners to actually pay off. Orianna is the type of champion that, even if you do really well, you do need your team to follow up on your ultimate, as your ultimate will very rarely one-shot somebody, but it sets it up for a great gank potential or a great kill potential on multiple targets. So this game, we have a pretty good comp, I have to say, for an Orianna. It's why I kind of picked it. We knew that, well, the Zach was the bottom pick. I already had Orianna picked. I traded with the Nami, but he said, what should he play? And yeah, I asked him, play Zac, or it was either going to be Zac or Rengar, and both work really well with Orianna. Obviously, putting the ball on Rengar when he's about to ult in, which works, or, Zac has, obviously, he's known having the Wombo combo. Now, they are looking to have an invade. It's obvious with the Blitz, so that's why I take Q first. Now, the Nami wanted to bait his hook, but I think it was a really stupid idea myself. She wanted basically for him to face check in, but very rarely a Blitz will actually face check into that bush. He'll more than likely just Q straight in, then wait for his hook to come back on, back off cooldown, and then he'll move back up. So very rarely that's ever going to be the case. So yeah, I just play safe. I do not want to give her anyway like stupid invades, first bloods and stuff. And the Nami again is making kind of a really weird call saying let's invade, and no, we don't. We just give Lee Sin blue and then continue with the game. But anyway, Orianna is a champion that I thoroughly enjoy. Honestly, this season I have no idea why. I used to play quite a bit of Orianna with my team. I think that might be the biggest difference. Is I haven't played ranked 5s now for about 2 months. And that's when I used to play Orianna, when we could build comps around her, that type of thing. But when you're in solo queue, very rarely you actually have a very good team for Orianna, and that's probably why I've stopped playing her as much as I used to. Is I'm playing more independent mid laners that can make a difference in the game without my team having to follow up. It's better if people do follow up, obviously, but they don't have to. If say I'm on Ari, I can burst one target and then get out. That's the kind of champion I like playing right now. So this game I do pretty well in. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy with how I played in the overall game, but there is always things I need to work on, and you will see these. And one is the most evident thing is I get hit by way too many spears in this game, and that's basically subject to me playing very aggressive, a lot of the time being in front of minions, that type of thing. But I play a very aggressive mid lane, and especially with like Orianna, that type of thing, I'm constantly going to try and poke this Nidalee down and even go for first blood. And very rarely an Orianna will actually pick up first blood because she gets her power at level 6. Now in this game, I'm going to be maxing W, I believe, and then I'm going to be maxing Q for a while until I actually want my shield a little bit more beefy. When team fights start to happen, then I'll overtake a level in Q for the shield. So Orianna is a very fluid champion to play. This is what I find with her. Unfortunately, first blood given up top there, and our jungler, I think that was, so he's lost his double buffs. But yeah, she's very fluid. If you're a good Orianna, you will feel really comfortable playing her because her ball, you can just send it out, bring it back with the shield, use W, etc. And it's just a really nice champion to play. So I get speared in the face, but I'm going quite aggressive on the Nidalee without missing too much CS. And basically, that's what I keep doing. I'm trying to force her to lose CS, what I, just don't lose any and gain on poke advantage. So my starting item, I did not go Doran's Ring, basically because I want the early, I think, Chalice versus a Nidalee, where you can start Doran's Ring. It's not a bad option to do. Personally, I just did it this way because I felt more comfortable, where I maybe should have gone the Doran's Ring start. Now, Zin's coming in for a gank. Use my ball with the W, so I just speed up. Nidalee actually gets a pretty damn good spear on me there. She does. I will give credit to the Nidalee that it's not just me running into spears or being too aggressive in front of minions. She actually does land very good spears this game, so you've got to give credit where credit's due. Lee Sin, obviously a little bit behind of the Xin right now, as he did lose them double buffs. Which, is to be expected. If you lose your double buffs as a jungler, then you are going to be in a pretty poor situation. Now, we are looking at if we can kill the Nidalee here. So I think Lee Sin might get the Q any second. He does, and I get my shield on him. Would have W'd, but unfortunately, yeah, Nidalee's flashes straight away. So now I know she doesn't have flash, and she's relatively low health. So I'm probably going to go for the crazy Huzz plays, as I normally do, to try and pick up the mid lane first blood. I do like getting the first kill in mid most of the time. Sometimes you get jungler's help to do it, sometimes you don't. It just depends. Now I am moving across. Now I want to zone her from this. Now I ignite her up. Auto attack, I think. Go back in, auto attack, and then flash out. So yeah, I get the first kill, and I'm extremely low. Now if you look in the minimap, like Sandra is on her way down. So I'm going to try and base back in a safe position where I probably and hopefully won't get killed. And yeah, I managed to get away. Lysandra's still looking for me, but I still managed to recall in a relatively safe position and get away. So that is one kill for me. I do blow both summoners to get it, which is fine, I'd say. Nidalee used both of hers, so we were in mid lane, both of us. And we both don't have summoners, so that enables the lane to be more open. Junglers can gank easier now, or we can fight easier, that type of thing. So obviously Nidalee has a little bit more sustain than I do as an Orianna. She's got her heal in human form, where I don't have a heal. I don't have spell vamp. Well, I might have a little bit of spell vamp, but very little. So just playing the lane just like normal, really, from now, I think, until I managed to kill her eventually again later on in the game, but I think it does settle down somewhat in the next 2 minutes or two. Now, as you can see, Nidalee is landing really good spears. I get a bit of poke damage myself because she stood on my ball. Now, that is one thing. The Nidalee did a little bit too wrong for herself. Obviously, looking at mistakes in just the game in general, I know a lot of people like me doing that, is the Nidalee actually stood on my ball several times, and that actually led to her getting free damage, sometimes even dying, I think, maybe, at one point. So still going to farm up, trying to use my ball the best I can to try and pick up all the CS. Obviously, having that chalice will give me quite a lot of mana regen, but I don't want to spam abilities as much because I do want to have, a decent amount of mana. Sorry, I go across. Even that I have vision of Nidalee, Nidalee has vision on me. I still wanted to, ward just in case. Zac picks up the kill on Lysandra. Very well played by Zac, and I do have to say I don't know how comfortable this Zac was on the champion because he did have Rengar picked or like holded in the lock on the champion select, and everybody on the team said, no, go Zac, we need kind of a tanky thing in the middle of a team fight because Lee Sin will go in and he most likely would die if he goes like it's just a standard Lee build, whereas Zac can survive. He has that passive that if he just goes in, manages to get in position for my Orianna ball on him to ult, then he can die if he wants to, but he should have passive to come back up. So blue buff has spawned, so I'm going to head over there and help the Lee kill it. Now, the lead doesn't actually go straight to it. He does wolves first, which is a bit odd, but you would have thought he would have done the blue and then gone to wolves. Now, bot lane, they have a little bit of, I don't know what the word is. They're not getting along perfectly down in bot lane. They're a bit, but yeah, it will work eventually. I think they do settle down and they learn how to play with each other. And that's the thing with bot lane. That's why I personally don't like playing in bot lane when I'm in solo queue most of the time, is you've got to learn what your not just what your lane opponent does in bot lane. You've got to learn what your partner does in bot lane. Every single game you've got to learn how aggressive is this person. Is this person going to make a mistake? How good is he at hooks? If he's blitzcrank or thresh, will he protect me? Will he peel me? You've got to know that every single game you go in as a bot lane. If you don't, you're going to be at a disadvantage if you're, say, against a pre-made bot lane that knows each other inside and out for several months or even years, that have been playing LoL together, or maybe the opponent bot lane just has a little bit more synergy than you do. So Nidalee just picked up a blue buff, so I'm going to go in for the kill, use my Orianna ult, and yeah, still going in for the kill, and yeah, she comes back to lane with blue and I managed just to kill her straight away. Pretty good play by myself, or is seeing when she, just stood on my bull for a little longer than she should. She should have tried to W away straight as I put it down, and yeah, pick up the kill. So now I'm 2-0-0 with 60, nearly 70 CS right now. Obviously, still, I'm actually telling the Lee Sin to push the lane, help me push the lane, so I can go back to base safely, just so it doesn't get pushed to my tower. So pushing a little bit, and then I'm going to head back and just buy. Working towards the Athene's Unholy Grail this game. It's a pretty damn good item. You can get tier on Orianna. I'm guessing that will be a question in the comments. But yeah, you can get it on Orianna. It's not a bad item at all, but for the sake of being against a Nidalee, I chose to go for Athene's over the tier, basically just to give me a little bit more AP earlier in the game, as well as MR that will help me survive. Pretty good item overall for Orianna with that CDR. Now there's a fight going on bot lane. Trista's fairly low, but then Nidalee moves into the frame, so hopefully they all can make it out. I'm not entirely sure if they do, but I think they manage, and yeah, they do. So Nidalee actually got there fairly quick from dying. Obviously, Nidalee is a lot quicker than an Orianna. Even if I use my W, that is a speed up. But yeah, she's a very good quick champion. When she uses that pounce in Cougar form, she can get around the map very, very fast. Now she returns back to lane and she manages to get a little spear on me. Now, as I said in the beginning of this video, is when you do well, they're the games that you actually need to look at. Wait, what did I do wrong? Every single game, really, you should do that. But I think the most advantage I take from learning from my mistakes is actually looking at the games that I did well, because you know what you did well. That's the whole point. You know what you did well. I played well. My mechanics were good. But then if I failed getting hit by spears too much or something like that, that's things you can actually work on without having, much impact on your gameplay. Now, I dodged this spear basically just to secure the dragon, which is completely fine. I shield myself to even do it. But then she hits another spear on me. So as I said, this Nidalee's fairly decent with Nidalee. Obviously, this is Diamond level, so you would expect people to be good at their champion. Right now, I'm Diamond 4, nearly Diamond 3. If just an update for you guys, because I know I haven't given an update on my rating for a while. But yeah, I'm like 90 points in Diamond 4. Might push for Diamond 3 today, I'm not entirely sure. I might have a day off solo queue. Sometimes I do take a day off, because sometimes I'm just, not in the mood, or I want to play a different game, which is completely fine, and that's something you have to recognise. Now, bot lane, unfortunately, gets ganked. Now, they need more wards. Now, we have a fair amount of vision, but I think that the Xin actually came through River. Now, I get hit by another spear. Now, I think I don't even need to say it anymore. I do, as I've said, get hit by way too many spears this game, so I don't want to go on about it, but you guys can just see what I mean about it. Now, unfortunately, I go for Orianna ult, but she does manage to get out straight away. And that's basically the first time she's done that this game. So I thought I might have been able to get a cheeky little kill there. But no, she does manage to have the reactions to get out this time, unlike the last time when she didn't. So the game right now is going okay. We're 5-5 overall in kills for the both teams. And, well, bot lane's not doing great, I believe, but top lane's pretty much even, if not ahead a little bit. Maybe Lysandra's actually ahead in CS, which you would expect versus a Lysandra. Now, I have no idea what this Lee Sin is doing. Like, I don't even know why. All of us, I think, were a little bit confused, but that was a very, very stupid pick by the Lee Sin. Now, the Lee Sin, I have to say, has a very odd build. You don't really finish Wriggles on him, and Elder Lizard is normally, or Elder Lizard, or even Ancient Golem from the Spirit Stone is normally a very better build for Lee Sin nowadays. Wriggles has kind of, I don't know how the word is. It's good in certain situations if you want to go for early dragon, but we've already done the early dragon, so it's an ancient item that isn't really used anymore. So maybe this Lee Sin needs to do a bit of research and update his build, but I don't know. He hasn't been playing amazing this game. Obviously giving that first blood away in top lane, and then obviously he's given a couple kills down in bot, I think. So anyway, blue buff has spawned, so I'm just going to push this wave as quick as I can. Level 11 right now, so that gives me my tier 2 in ultimate, so pretty beefy right now, pretty good damage. Got my Athenes, which is, going to help my damage quite a lot. But basically, you want to prolong this game until we can get to teamfights. As soon as we get to teamfights, we've won this game, in my honest opinion. Even though they have a Lysandra, which is like the queen of teamfights, I still believe that we can kill these people pretty damn easy. So yeah, it should be fine. And that's one thing I had in my mind when I was, playing. Going on another kill. Now, she does bait me. Now, that is one thing that, well played to them. She did actually wanted to get Orianna ulted or something. Now, if I actually bursted her there, then that would have been really funny. But unfortunately, I don't do enough damage right now to do that. But yeah, she was baiting me to attack her when Xin was just around the corner. So I do use my Orianna ult, but it's only on like a 50-second cooldown with blue buff right now. So yeah, well now, one thing, this Lee Sin is really playing bad. Like, he's he's diving when he shouldn't, and he has no communication with the team, like zero. He hasn't said like one thing this whole game, so I don't know what it is. Maybe he's just someone that doesn't do that. Maybe he's just not a sociable person. But the bot lane, recently asked him, "Don't come bot lane," because he's been giving kills away. He's now 0-3, and they said, "Don't come bot lane. It's not needed, or we don't want you." That type of thing, and you've got to respect that if you're a jungler. Go to other lanes. But he went bot lane and then tried to dive them at like the tier 2 turret. So it's, yeah, you can see why I'm questioning this Lee Sin a little bit. Well, I'm not questioning him so much, but yeah, you can see in chat that the Nami is kind of poking a little fun. I think it's honest fun in most of it, unless it goes too far, and he's pretending that our Lee Sin's called Insect or something. So it's questionable if he doesn't go too far, and right now he might be going a little bit too far. So they just have to be careful. Now, I don't know why Nami is mid, honestly. There's Blitzcrank coming in, so it's 2v2 in mid right now, both supports. So, support and mid fight, I guess. Now, I get hit by Spear. I have no idea why I got hit by so many Spears this game, as I played very well mechanically. But yeah, I just got hit by too many Spears. Way, way too many than a normal Diamond mid laner should, honestly. That could be subject to obviously me not playing like amazing moving wise. Now she actually hit a really good spear going through minions there, but that could be subject to her actually being very good on Nidalee. I'm no idea what she was. She was probably around diamond level, and maybe she even mained mid-lane. So now Lee Sin is coming mid, but I do actually say to him, don't let Nidalee kill you, as I really do not want her to have a kill, as that would be really depressing. If you shut down somebody or you're doing very well against someone in lane, you go back to base and your jungler holds it, and they let them, your opponent actually kill your jungler. It's a bit of a depressing moment. Now, I have no idea what the Lee Sin is doing again. As I've said throughout this video, he could have stopped this tower being taken, just being there, using maybe an E or something, but he totally ignores it and thinks Wraith is more important. So, yeah, it's a bit annoying to play with someone like this. With zero communication is a very big thing in solo queue especially, because obviously when you're in pre-made, everybody should have communication. If you're playing pre-made 5v5s and you have someone on your team that doesn't speak, doesn't type, don't play with them. Get someone new. Everybody has to have communication to be a good 5v5 team. But in solo queue, you very often get people that don't even care. They don't comment, they don't anything. Now, they are looking, I think they were looking to do something bot lane, honestly. So they were trying to dive or something, which they didn't do in the end. I think blue buff is relatively up soon. Use my shield basically just to tank the damage from the Nidalee trap. And they're pushing the mid lane, so I will have to push that back. And they might be looking for dragon, I think. So we've got to be a bit careful here. We don't want to basically... They are ahead somewhat right now, because I think we've only got 2 lanes that are winning, me and Zac. And I think Zac might even be even, where bot lane is definitely losing. They've lost their tower, etc. So Blitzcrank is actually standing basically in vision. So I used my spell basically to chunk a third of his health, and they've gone for dragon. So we've got to be a bit careful now. I think I do loop around and go back with my team any second, I think. So yeah, I'm making my way around right now. We're actually going to, I think, maybe a team fight happens. I can't be certain though. It would be great if Zac could get here straight away, but unfortunately he was all the way up in top lane. So we are still looking for something. If we can get anything out of this, that would be great. I think we just head bot lane and push the wave, maybe looking to try and get bot tower or something along them lines. Push that up a little bit, and then I decide to head mid. Now, we do need mid tower. Not having mid tower when your enemy has it is a really big disadvantage. Now, I am on my way, and I basically deter them continuing to go onto the Caitlyn, which is pretty good. I don't want them to kill my Caitlyn because she's my AD carry. So, head over to blue. Blue boss has just spawned, so I'm going to pick this up. Pretty good timing, to be honest. If they're going to siege somewhere, me having blue buff is a pretty good thing to have. Tristana's gone back bot lane. Now, the Tristana is very, very strong right now, and she continues to be so. Now, I am going to head over. Zac goes for an engage. I'm not really close, but I think I flash and then use my ult. So there you go. There's the first of my ultimates. That was a pretty good one. I do flash to actually get it, but that makes us actually win this fight. We go for 0 deaths, and we managed to get 2 of them, I think. And we're gonna move on the mid tower. So pretty good play by myself. Obviously, good play by the Zac as well. Him engaging in that position was actually pretty well played. But I obviously had to flash to actually get my ball on him. So overall good play. Now, as you can see, I have swapped over to leveling the shield right now, as we are closing to team fight stage. Which should be interesting with the Zac Orianna. Pretty good team fights that go on this game from memory. This game, I think, was yesterday. So I do have a quite okay memory about what happened in this game. So we continue basically just to go back to our lanes. They're going to farm up a little bit more. The Caitlyn doesn't want to get too far behind in farm, as that is a very bad situation to be. Obviously, Caitlyn has the most range of any AD carry in lane. But when a Tristana late game comes around, or a Kog'Maw or something like that, that's when you're in a bit of trouble as a Caitlyn. As they'll be outranging you. They can stay the exact same or nearly the same range, maybe even a bit longer, the other side of a team fight, just hitting people. And if they're more fed, then you're in a bad situation. Return to lane, there's quite a lot, little bit of farm there, so I'm going to take that up now. Obviously, we can't have one of these commentaries without a Twitch freeze, so there we go. There's our annual Twitch freeze for every single video. I have no idea why it happens, it just does it. So yeah, Orianna is a champion that I thoroughly enjoy playing. People have asked me to do this in the past, this commentary, so I hope this commentary gives justice, I suppose. But trust me when I say it right now, this video will get better. So if you think it's been kind of a boring game so far, don't worry, it's going to get better. Now, I do use my ultimate for a 3-man ulti, and that basically gets Zac in there. And then we're going to start cleaning, doing as best we can. Zac's going to move over to Thingy. He does actually pick up the kill with his red buff, I think. And yeah, we managed to pick up a positive trade there, so that's pretty good. Use my Orianna ult on 3 people, so that's pretty good. If you can get it on 3 people every single time, then you're doing very well as an Orianna. It's always better if you get like all 5. That's an amazing ultimate. Now, as you can see, you're about to see how fed Tristana is. She uses the blade, etc. And she had tower aggro for ages, and she still picked up a kill. Not nearly a double kill, but she did a lot of damage to that Caitlyn. She used barriers, she's Blade of the Ruined King, and yeah, she picked up that kill pretty damn easy. So you'd think that we're in a bit of trouble right now. We have overtaken the enemy into kills, but that's basically because this Tristana has actually been playing solo player League of Legends right now, and I hate when an AD carry plays single player League of Legends. They think they're doing it, good, and you see Double Lift doing it in LCS, but that is a whole different pitbull. You can't compare LCS with SoloQ at all, like zero. And you see AD carries late game that go, no, I'm going to split push. It's like, no, you're most of our damage, be with the team. But no, they'll refuse to be with the team. They're only going to split push, and they're only going to be with the team when it suits them. So it's a bit of a bummer situation when you have an AD carry like that, and that's basically what the enemy team have right now. But I do think the Tristana actually does decide to group relatively soon, which they need to actually get back in this game in team fights. Good E by the Caitlyn, managing to dodge the Blitzcrank hook. Now, I want to team fight right now. I am looking for a team fight with the Zac. Me and him will be able to clean up. Now, the Lee Sin isn't very useful this game, but the Caitlyn will still do damage, and the Nami with her disruption will do very well. Now, as you can see, this Lee Sin is very, very, very squishy, and you can kind of see why. His build is very bad, and I'm just going to flat out say it. It's a Wriggles, Ninja Tabby, and yeah, here we go, going in for a team fight. Use my ultimate onto the thingy, onto Tristana, and we instant give her. So that is the problem gone. So pretty good ult by myself again. I do ran really good ults this game. Having the ball still on Zac, or now I've moved it somewhere, and yeah, we managed to pick up a basically brilliant trade. Now, I actually do get that kill with shield. With the ball just moving onto somebody, I managed to pick up that kill. So overall, pretty damn good. Again, I managed to pick a pretty good Orianna ult. As you can see in Nami, is actually saying that I have pro shockwaves, which I'm not even going to deny. I do very good shockwaves this game. That's why I said at the beginning of this game, I say I'm pretty damn happy with how I play this game, minus how getting hit by multiple Nidalee spears. When I'm actually in team fight and when I'm in mechanics in lane, when I'm using my ball, I play very, very, very well this game. So very big ball onto the Zac, managing to pick up that mid tower. Now, Baron may be an option for people soon, so I'm just trying to deter the Blitzcrank as much as I can. He wants to engage on us because they're up, I think, pretty much now. Zach actually does go in, but then he gets grabbed in midair, and that's a really, really weird situation. Now, I'm basically just saying, right, I don't want to say anything, but my ultimate is nearly off cooldown, so I want to ult in. I'm ready for it, and Shockwave. Hit 4 of them. Pretty good Shockwave. Again, managed to pick up a double kill. Use my shield to make myself survive, and yeah, we win another team fight without even basing. Now, I am really happy right now, so that's why I said too good in chat. I'm very happy with how I'm playing. Pretty damn good Shockwave. You know, I'm just watching this again because you have to remember these live commentaries. I'm watching the game as you are, basically live, and that's what I'm doing. I'm pretty damn happy with that Shockwave, as you can probably tell with how I'm sounding right now. So, I am probably going to look to get Zhonya's relatively soon, and Caitlyn in chat, as basically she's thinking the same as me, Zhonya's is the next item I need to stay alive, because I am probably going to be the one to get focused the most in the next couple of team fights. I'm making pretty good Shockwave, so if they can take me out before I use Shockwave, then they're in a good situation. Basically, they need a Blitzcrank hook to jump on me or hit, well, basically anyone apart from Zach. If they can manage to instant gib somebody apart from Zach, like, they won't instant gib him. But yeah, they want that, and that's what they need. When you're a Blitzcrank and you don't hit a late game grab, then you're not in a very good situation, because that's basically what you have to do. Now, Baron is an option for people relatively soon. Me and Nami both ward it, unfortunately. But oh well, it happens occasionally. That's the lack of communication in solo queue. So I think I might head over to my blue buff, I think, or there might be a team fight even breaking out. Use my ball onto the Zac, and here we go, another team fight. And bam, bye Tristana. That is the combo I am talking about with a Zac Orianna. It is the best combo, like one of the best combos, even in pre-made 5v5 or even solo queue. Like, I have no idea who this Zac is. It's not pre-made, random person in solo queue, and we have very good synergy. Just because of our champions, he goes in, then I use my ball onto him, use my W ultimate, and pretty much anything's dead. So it's a really good combo. And if you're looking at this and thinking, oh, I've got a duo partner, I play mid, he plays jungle, do this comp. Or even if he plays top, one or the other. Zac can play top or mid, and then late game you can do this combo no matter what. So we were looking to pick up the inhib, but unfortunately they are coming up relatively soon, so we'd rather play safe than sorry, so we do back out, and I'm probably going to head over for my blue buff, then base to pick up the other component to Zhonya's Hourglass. But overall, this game's gone pretty good for myself. I'm 6-0-10 right now with 220 CS, I believe the most in the game. And yeah, I'm just saying care for Baron right now, because they could potentially try and do it. That is pretty much the only way they can get back into this game. So we've gone from a game that we basically were losing in lane phase, but then we're doing really, really, really well in team fights, and that's basically what I always wanted, and that's basically what we did. Now I think they are actually doing Baron, but Xin, maybe he was reluctant to do it, and he's only making his way over now. So I'm saying in chat they're doing it, seeing if they can make something happen, and you're about to see. Maybe it is pretty funny, because obviously the Nami's been saying that Lee Sin is insect all game, and bam, he gets a Baron steal. So there we go, we've got all the insects in chats, and he manages to survive, so really well played by him. So we are actually still looking for an engage. Caitlyn picks up one, going on Zac, got my ball on him, and still, bam, I so close to hit that ultimate. She managed to jump out just in time. But yeah, unfortunately, that is like the one ultimate we don't hit, and that's basically due to the Tristana jumping out. Now, the Tristana makes a comment saying Plat 1 are bad, but then the Tristana's Plat 1, so I don't want her to offend the people that she's with. It's pretty funny in chat right now. It's an honor to play with you, insects. So pick up another kill onto the Lysandra. Again, looking for more kills. Now, Tristana is the threat right now. Don't have my ultimate, back up in 20 seconds. Now, Caitlyn gets hooked, unfortunately. She does go down. I pick up, another assist. I don't manage to pick up a kill, but right now I'm 7-0-11. Haven't died right now, and I want to keep it that way this game. But still, I'm playing aggressive. I'm not backing off. That's the whole point. I have not backed off this game in a way that,
You know, I'm not going to screw my team by backing off when if I just don't want to die. I'm not going to do that. I've fought in every single team fight the most I would anyway, even if I didn't want to die. You know, sure, having a flawless game is always nice, but I don't want to sacrifice that from losing a team fight. Me and Zach are waiting in the bush, seeing if we can get a little instant gib on somebody. Now, they are 3 mid, so we're going to head over there, and with a Zach jump, we think we might be able to manage to do something. So Zach's going to head over, but they managed to actually cut us off, I think. Zin is relatively near me. Zach still has the ball on him, or has it on him now. Still going to try and manage to do something. Use my ultimate. Only hit Zin, not a great ultimate. And I go into a bush just to hide from vision because the Lysandra, I think, wanted to ult me. Managed to pick up the Lysandra with my W. Get hit by a Nidalee Spear, but it doesn't really matter right now. Wanting to use the E on him, and I nearly pick up that kill again onto her, the Blitzcrank. But yeah, this game's basically gone into organized chaos right now. For our team, it's organized because we're basically just killing the enemy team, and the enemy's chaos because they're basically running in by themselves. So anyway, that's the game. Pretty well played by myself, going 8-0-13 with the most farm in the game. Anyway, guys, this was Orianna. Hope you learned a couple of things, and I will see you next time, which is probably going to be Renekton.